Step aside, humans. We are taking over your kitchen. Hi everyone, if you're thinking of building and renovating, then this is the place to be. I am Nikki, and tonight we are talking all things kitchen tech. And yes, I will look like this for the whole video, but I won't do the voice all the time. So, let's get started. There is no denying that our kitchens have come a long way since the days of traditional appliances. Most of the tech available now has connectivity, allowing for remote access from anywhere in the world. They also have energy efficient modes, integration with other appliances, apps, heaps of things. But why is it useful, and do we really need it? In order to answer that question, let's get into what's available and what they can actually do for us. And you can judge if we are necessary for the future, says the Cyberman. First up is smart storage. Now, smart fridges have been around for quite a while, but they're starting to get better and basically be the center of the kitchen now. If you're on your way home from work, out and about, you can have a look in your fridge and see if you need to pick up anything from the shops. There's no point in buying a whole heap of tomatoes if you've got some there already. There's also apps now where you can turn on your fridge, see what's inside, and it can actually deliver you with recipe ideas based on things that are in your fridge. They can also hold your shopping list, to-do list, digital calendars, events, memos, the weather. You can have photos up there and play music straight from your fridge, because that's really important to have in your kitchen. For some people it is, of course. The main thing that I do like about smart fridges is it gets rid of a lot of the clutter that could normally be sitting on the outside of the fridge. So reminders, memos, shopping lists, things like that. And depending on how you use it, it can help you minimize food wastage, which is actually a big deal. Another smart storage tech innovation is actually smart food storage. So they are containers that monitor the freshness of your food. They can recommend recipes based on available ingredients and give you indication when food is going off or when it's not safe to eat anymore. Now, these technologies are still in prototype stage, not available just yet, but it's something to keep in mind. The next category is smart prep for nutrition. Not that I need nutrition as a robot. If precise nutrition intake is important to you, then smart blenders and smart scales might just be the thing you need. Most appliances like this are connected via apps, and you can personalize what food you are putting in them and what your goals are. So they can track your nutrition, personalize the recipes and settings based on your goals, use precise measurements, so no more waggly arm as you put things in the old school scales, and it can promote healthier cooking, eating. Even some of these blenders now have cleaning settings, which if anybody's had to clean an old blender is a godsend. One of the biggest advances in smart tech for kitchens has been all about cooking. Smart ovens, smart cooktops, even sous vide, which I will talk about later, microwaves, whole heap of tech. A lot of smart ovens now have a big focus on even cooking temperatures. So it's no more you put something in the oven and you've got to turn it around and you've got to, use your oven several times before you can work out where there's hot spots and which tray it needs to be on, whether it needs to be right down the bottom or up the top, and all the settings are different. They're not really suited for the type of food that you're cooking. You have to kind of work it all out on your own. So a lot of smart ovens now actually have more like a microwave where you can program, I'm putting a 9-kilo turkey in the oven. What do I need to do? So it takes a lot of the guesswork out and it makes even temperatures for cooking. They can also be preheated remotely. So if you have gone to the shops, picked something up and you're on your way home, you can actually turn your oven on to preheat. So by the time you get home, it's ready. Some also have included air frying and slow cooking settings to try and make an oven a little bit more of a multi-function inbuilt accessory. A lot of them now also have self-diagnostics, recipe suggestions, and self-cleaning. Now, self-cleaning has been around for a while, and I use that term loosely because a lot of the time it's just heat it up so hot that everything burns off and you still have to wipe it out. But we'll see how that goes. If you do have a self-cleaning oven, make a comment below to see if it actually is self-cleaning. If you love it, if you hate it, if you even use it, that would be awesome for us to know. If you are enjoying this video about kitchen tech, please give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it. Have you ever left the house and thought, did I leave the stove on? Well, if you had a smart induction or gas cooktop, you could just get out your phone and check. And if it is on, you don't even have to walk back in the house. You can just turn it off. This, coupled with precise temperature control and safety features like LED illuminated knobs and automatic shut off, make smart cooktops a really safe option now. There are also some cooktops that are zoneless, so it doesn't matter what size pot you put on there, or pan even, then it will adjust the heat evenly to suit the size of that pot or pan. Now, here is a device that I knew nothing about until I decided to make this video. They are smart sous vide cookers. Now, I hope I've said that properly. I think I did. French was not one of my subjects at school. A sous vide cooker. So, sous vide basically means a low temperature cooking of meats in plastic bags in a water bath. And now, like I said, it is a French technique and it keeps the juices in the meat, making it nice and healthy and tasty. And smart sous vides are like big sticks that you put into the water. They take up bugger all space, really, when you think about it, and take the guesswork out of cooking. Very similar to a microwave, but it uses plastic bags and heating of water as opposed to microwaves. Speaking of which, sensor technology has been around for quite a while, but it is very mainstream now. In fact, I'd be very surprised if you would find a microwave that's over $100 that doesn't actually do some form of sensor cooking. But now they've extended all that to include voice control and barcode scanning of certain foods. So you could get a packet of something that requires microwaving to cook it, scan the barcode, and then the microwave will go, oh, I know what that is. I will cook it as per the instructions. Now, we can't talk about the kitchen if we don't talk about cleaning. It is one of the places in the household that requires the most cleaning, and of course, there's now smart dishwashers. Smart dishwashers typically have apps, so you can tell the dishwasher exactly what is in there, how dirty it is. You can even have settings for sanitizing, like baby bottles or preserving jars. Silence settings for night washers so that people don't get woken up, and you can customize the settings for regular washers. Some even have sensors so they can adjust the quantity of water based on how much is in the load, saving water, obviously. They can also be scheduled for energy efficient cycles during off-peak hours. Now, there is a whole heap of other smart tech appliances out there for your kitchen, like coffee machines with personalized apps where you can decide exactly what type of coffee you want, at what grind, what strength, and you can have the machine programmed so that it will do it at exactly the same time every day or every second day or just Monday to Friday, whatever you want. There's also smart lighting with timers, color change options, remote controls, touchless taps using voice or motion control. They can monitor water temperature, water usage. There's also appliance hubs, so you can connect everything back to a hub, and overall energy monitoring for your whole home, and for real-time data and insights. So you can actually at any time, anywhere in the world, potentially pick up your phone and see exactly how much energy and water is being used in your home for real time. It is clear that technology will continue to advance, and we are going to see more and more items on this smart list, and they are going to become more a part of our daily lives. I think some of these advancements are great. Anything that increases safety, time, and energy efficiency and promotes healthier cooking and sustainability, I think is fantastic. But here is the question. What are we sacrificing or changing to do this? More appliances means more power. Where does that power come from? At the moment in Australia, electricity prices and fuel prices are really high. Do you really want to be adding more demand to that? There are options, obviously, like solar and solar battery storage. We have a lot of sun in Australia. It's a great move. But if you don't have these things in place, buying all of these items might not necessarily be the right idea. So it's almost like a chicken and egg scenario. Another thing is pretty much all of these smart appliances you need an app for. So that means you need some form of phone or tablet, a device in order to run these devices to their best ability. That means more screen time. Is that something that you are comfortable with when you're cooking? That's entirely up to you. Sous vide cookers use single-use plastic as a part of their cooking technique. This means it's not environmentally friendly, so I feel like that's going in the wrong direction that we should be going in. If you do know of a sustainable way to do sous vide cooking, then please post in the comments. I would love to know about it. So here is a question I pose to you. What if, in an effort to simplify and make our lives more efficient, we're just overcomplicating it more? Do we really need all of these options? If you have a smart dishwasher, you could spend 5 minutes on your phone tapping in and telling it what's in there, how dirty everything is, how you want it to be cleaned, and set it all up. But in my experience, all that's going to happen is whatever the default one was for last time, it's just going to be turned on and press the button and walked away. So is it really worth it on all of these devices? While I love tech and I think there are some great things on this list, I think we can go a bit overboard with the whole smart thing. Everything has smart in front of it. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's good, it's useful, it's worthwhile. But I will leave that up to you guys to decide. One thing I will say is you can never have too many PowerPoints or too many USB ports in your kitchen. Go nuts with them. I hope that helped you out and you enjoyed my little mini cosplay. I am Nikki, CEO and founder of Totally Wicked Group. I hope you have a totally wicked evening.